Hello, what's up, people? It's been a while that I've recorded a video log, and I think it was time that I basically answered a question to somebody. I've actually had about 3 or 4 responses to my status that I put up a couple of days back, where it was all about me having an honest talk with myself, and about the situation and about how my life's going and where is it leading to, and I guess where I said to the point that I found a new purpose in life, and rather I found a purpose in life because it was always all over the place. You're always confused about your existence, and it takes time to basically have your life come a full circle where it and point you towards one direction, because that's what you're always thinking about, and the compassion that you have towards that particular goal. So to answer my question to the status update, um, my purpose in life now is very clear. It is, apart from running my own life the best possible way. I think my purpose in life is to basically have compassion for people around me, for basically adding more joy to people's lives, and because a lot of people that I really meet nowadays are stressed with one or the other thing, right? And so am I, and so are you. But where is the exit strategy? How do we get out of it? Where is that relief point? Going away for a few days is not a relief point, because that's just going to be for a short period of time, and then you come back to the rut, and you're again into the stress mode, right? So happiness is something which is very, very essential for in everyone's lives, and happiness cannot be determined by your bank balance, or the assets that you have, or the achievements that you've basically done. It is an inner feeling which you got to ignite, which you basically got to activate, and I think that's the purpose of my life. I really want to connect with people, those who are not just suffering, but confused and dazed, and not sure that where is their life leading to, what is missing in their life. Rather, having everything and feeling like you do not have anything is a big issue. It's a disease, rather, and that's what is actually taken all of us down, where just nothing is enough, where it's we just don't know where to draw the line. And I think that is what my main purpose is, to basically unlock the potential and unlock the probably losing on words here, but unlock the potential that everyone holds, to full extent, and just look at the brighter side. Positivity. Looking at the brighter side. Now, I know this all might sound very airy fairy, and it's all very bookish, but believe me, it's all there. It is all for real. It is all something that we all can achieve, but we're just not looking the right direction. We're just not talking to the right people. We're just not asking the right questions. We're just too scared to accept the reality, to accept the truth, to accept the honest opinion of somebody telling us about ourselves. It is very hard to actually receive crit- criticism to the extent that we don't ever expect it to. And I have been doing it. I've got a few people that I basically coach, and believe me, it is it is amazing when people tell me that, I'm glad that you've said what you've said about who we are, because they were just directionless. So just to basically sum it all up, that is the new purpose of my life, and I think it is a very noble purpose, because we all are kind of so busy in our own lives that we just do not realize that what we're missing on. That we just do not realize that how else can we basically receive that happiness that we're working so hard towards. We get up every day, we slog for 8 to 10 hours, we get back home, we watch the same TV show, we basically have the same food that we've been eating for years, and we go to bed on the same at the same time on the same bed. And we're still not happy. There is something which is amiss. It just keeps getting better in the area of our lives, which does not matter as much in our lives if you look at it in its own entirety. So, health, well-being, emotional mindset, or emotional health, mental health, just relationships, and your personal wishes and desires. I'm not talking about needs, I'm talking about desires. Are they getting fulfilled? That's what I need to talk to as many people as I can. That's what I really need to unlock what they've been living with, and they've just never discovered. They've just never discovered. So after doing a lot of analysis in my own lives, and this has got nothing bookish about it. This is all experience based. I have had the best of the best experiences in my life, and I've had the worst of the worst experiences in my life. I've seen it. I wouldn't say I've seen it all. They're nowhere close to have seen it all, but I think I've seen enough to let people come out of their own misery, to come out of living a life which they do not deserve, rather living a life which they deserve, and then they can go on to change somebody else's life, the life that they're living, which they do not deserve. And it can be a chain reaction. It is actually a chain reaction. When you help people out, when you do it with the right intentions, when you do it with the right compassion, when you do it with the right feeling, with all the love in the world, it will pay it forward. It will pay it forward. So the new me basically wants to live just for himself. I want to live for myself so I can help others, so I can actually get people to come out of their own misery. You see, it might be confusing, because a lot of people might think, hang on, what do you mean living for yourself, and then living for others? Because we've been taught that you got to live for others always. Nobody teaches you to live for yourself. Be selfish about it. But I believe that till the time you haven't taken care of yourself fully, you haven't completely taken care of yourself, what are the chances that you're able to take care of somebody else? What are the chances? You will probably be coming. You probably get their needs covered. But is that enough? what about the emotional side? What about the fact that somebody else might be suffering with an emotional side of things, and they're not healthy, but you don't see it because you believe that I have provided for everything that they need. What happens to their desires? What happens to what actually makes them feel comfortable? What actually makes them feel happy? Once you see people around you being happy, that's when you will get that happiness that you've been searching for, that you've been looking for. And that adds to all the desires that you've always wanted to come full circle. I get people coming and asking me questions which does not make any sense in their lives. But when I push them to ask me the right questions, which actually will fix the problem that they hold. Everyone has problems, but the solutions are being looked in the wrong direction. Nobody wants to look inside of yourself. You want to look outside, everywhere else but inside of yourself. You hold the solution to most problems in the world. But till the time you do not ask the right questions, you will never get the right answers. You will never get the right solutions out. Who and what are you waiting for? If you are suffering with something, if you are dying every day, if you're not happy with the way you live, not happy with the life that you hold, if you're not happy with what you have achieved till date, you're living an empty life. You're living a hollow life. Just because you're not asking the right questions, just because you're not wanting the problem to be fixed. So, if that's where you are, and I'm sure there's most of us are living the kind of lives that we don't want to live. We just do not want to unlock our own potential. We continue to live with a weight problem because we believe this is what I deserve. This is the life that I need to live. We continue to live with a life with less money or less assets because we've been trained to understand that, if this is what it is, and that's what it's going to be. But that's not what it's all about. If you're happy with less in life, so be it. If you're happy with a lot more in life, so be it. But ask yourself the right questions. Ask yourself, am I living a fair life? Am I giving my system enough to deal with in a positive way? Or am I actually making my system suffer negatively? It's taken me a long time to become the man I am today. Things are clearer. I was a worrier. I used to worry about everything. Everything. If you think I'm the most positive guy around, mate, you've got it all wrong. If you think I'm the happiest guy looking at my Facebook, you've got it all wrong. It's all projection. It is all a projection. There is a lot happening behind the scenes. Inside my head, there is a war at all times. I'm fighting with things that I don't even believe I can win against. It's taken me a long time to understand that worry is not going to do anything but add worries in the future. More I worry about things, more I will have things to worry about in the future. Now, there are practices, there are ways that you can actually bring down your worries, your stresses. You can take care of your problems, and there's so many ways that we can do it. The net is full of it. Facebook is full of it. There are so many speakers which will all give you different ways and techniques and strategies. But believe me, none of them fucking works. None of them works. till the time you are actually intended on doing it yourself, till the time you actually believe that you can do it. Your mind is your strongest asset, is your biggest asset that you hold. It's the strongest qualification that you'll ever have. Your mind is the most important aspect of your system. And if you can control that, and if you can put it in the right direction, can you lead it in the right direction, it can do wonders. It can do wonders to the extent that you'll never realize. Now, I never intended this video to be this long, but I think it was just necessary to answer my status in the right possible way. Stop living in misery. Stop living in misery. Time will not change it. Yes, time is a great healer. I believe in that. But till the time we do not put in the efforts, we do not change our habits, and most of all, till the time we're not aware of what we're doing and how we're doing and where are things going wrong, most of us live in denial. So till the time you're not aware of it, nothing's going to change. So as one of the persons who basically sent me a message, a private message, talking about the enlightenment that I've had, or has it changed me? Has that purpose changed me, or has it just changed part of me, balanced my life out? Just quickly to answer that, my purpose hasn't completely changed the way I live my life, but it's changed the way I think. And that's a big thing. And that's a big thing, because when the mindset changes, your habits change. And then habits change, you put in more effort towards those habits. And when you put in those efforts, you will get that result that you're ultimately desiring to. So yes, at 20 or at 25 or even 30, the things I was chasing is very different to what I'm chasing today. I get a inner happiness, if that is what it is, when I get to help people out with all the compassion in the world, where their life has become better by even 5%, 10%, 15%. And believe me, I'm doing nothing. It's them who are doing it themselves. But all I'm doing is I'm asking them the right questions. I'm making them say things which they are scared to talk about, even to themselves. So if any one of you who's looking for any sort of help in your life, believe me, it's worth talking about it. And if you don't know who to talk to about, send me a message. We can connect. My sole purpose is to help people out in the best possible way. I've been thinking to do this for years, but I guess I have to practice what I preach. Until the day I did not start to take efforts, like this is one of them, making a 20-minute video about this. I've got no reason to believe that I've failed to achieve my purpose, because I haven't really put in that kind of effort. I haven't put my hand out there to help people as much as I could have. And every time I put my hand out to actually help somebody out, believe me, I end up changing one or two lives. And I have, and I'm proud of it, and it gives me the happiness which no money in the world will ever give me that happiness. We're only here on this planet, on this land for a limited period of time. Let's make the best of it. Do not live a life you don't deserve to live. Okay? That's my sole purpose in life. Whether I end up changing 2 lives in a year, 5, 10. But that is my sole purpose. Every time I'm out there, I'm looking to help people out. Every time I'm talking to people, I'm trying to find something that I can assist them with. I don't want anyone to live with the misery that they don't deserve to live with. And sometimes it'll take me hours of talking in the same way to get people to be convinced about the fact that I do not deserve to live like this. And it has taken me hours. It has taken me hours to talking to people, my friends that I've known for years, to understand that what they're going through and how can I, with my experiences, help them come out of it and change their lives, flip their lives, transform their lives in some way or the other. So that is my sole purpose in life. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. I've, as much time as I have on this planet, I really want to assist people to live a complete circle life, a full circle, and to just be, by the time we die, we're happy. Like, I want to die with a smile on my face, going, you know what, my existence on this world was for a certain purpose, for a certain reason that I'd basically come into this life, and if I've changed a few lives in this lifetime, I think I will die with a massive smile on my face, going, my job's done. My job's done. And if I can turn a few negative people into positive, a little bit of negativity in this world to positivity, hey, I think I've done well. I think I've done bloody well. And if I can't take that for real, then something is wrong with me. So I don't know how much wealth am I gonna die with, but that's the purpose I want to fulfill as much as possible. And that's changing me that's making me a better person. That's making me a better person. That's making me a positive person. That's making me a person who basically understands that there is no limit to achieving, in whichever direction it might be. In whichever direction it might be. A lot of people only believe achievements are based on what you've done, in the fact, in your field, or how much money you've earned, or how many companies have you brought into existence, or how many people have you employed, or what salary do you basically draw. But we're having it wrong. We're having it wrong. And there is a lot to talk about. There is so much to talk about. And there's so many ways that we can actually turn our lives into a happier one. I'm not saying that most of us do not have a happy life, but do we have the happiest life that we can possibly achieve is in question. Are we raising our kids in the right possible way is in question. Are we dealing with our parents in the right possible way is in question. Are we dealing with our partners in the best possible way is an absolute question. Most of all, are we actually dealing with ourselves in the best possible fucking way is in the question for sure. Are we feeding our system? Are we feeding our soul what it really desires is an absolute question. And these are the questions that we dare to ask ourselves at all times. So anyway, this is all I can really say. I can go on talking about these things because I feel I have a lot of passion for this. If I can change my life, if I can change a few lives that I never thought, I believe there is so much that I can talk to a person suffering about a particular thing. Until the time you do not put your hand out, nobody is going to come to your house and help you. Nobody has the time to basically figure out that you're the one who is actually suffering with a particular mindset and help you out. But you need to ask. You need to ask for help. We are starting to live in the world where we're ashamed to ask for help. If it's a physical thing that we need to ask, or if we need to move a house, we're the first ones to put our hand out. But if we are wanting to have a shift in our life, a shift in our mindset, then we are ashamed to ask for help. And that's because that's how we've been raised forever. That mentally, if you're going through an emotional burn, do not ask for help. Do not show that you're vulnerable. Do not show that that you're weak. If you ask for help, you're fucking strong. You are stronger than you ever imagined, because it takes a lot of courage to go out there and ask for help. And what that help can do is unimaginable. Unbloody imaginable. So ask for help, whether it's your family members, whether it's your friends, whether it's me, whether it's anyone else. Ask for help. Now, I don't know how many people have actually stayed with me till this time, but if you've stayed with me for 25 minutes, something must have definitely triggered in your minds. Think about it. Put your fears down on a piece of paper. What are you scared of? Put down things that are troubling you on a piece of paper. If you can't solve it, then ask for help. Send me a message. I'm with full heart, with my hand on my heart. I will do my level best to help you in whatever way I possibly can. And that is my sole purpose in life, and I will not step back till I'm able to do as much as I can with that purpose. Now, a lot of people might think this is such a bullshit purpose in life, but you know what? Please go ahead, make your millions. This is my way of making my millions. And that wealth is a wealth which a lot of people will never be able to see. So I never intended I was supposed to be a 5-minute video, but thanks for sticking around till this time. Sorry if I wasted your time, but sometimes when you get talking, you really get talking, and I couldn't have really cut this short, and I would have hated to have this video any shorter than this today. I think more on this only if you contact me, and then we will have a good chat about. There are ways that we can figure things out. There are ways that we can really make this go forward together, and I would love to hear from any one of you about this video. Thanks for sticking around, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.